Okay, well, my name is John Thibault, and I am volunteering here at Occupy Nova Scotia in the medical tent, in the media team, the logistics/finance team, and anything else I can get my hands into.
And I'm James Wiseman. I'm part of the media team, and I also make daily videos on Occupy.
So what is the basic update with Occupy Nova Scotia at this point?
At this point, right now, we're preparing for our relocation over to Victoria Park. It's taken a lot of precedence, but the idea behind it is twofold. One is to gain a little bit more public support by relocating for the veterans, and the other is to restructure the camp and create a lot more organization and get this moving forward and start making some political demands and of that nature.
Okay, so what are the plans for winterizing Occupy Nova Scotia?
At the moment, we've just recently purchased a military-style mod tent. We're going to be able to use some actual heaters for that and be able to keep people warm. We also may be getting 3 more of them, which come with cots, and get some heaters for them. So we can actually get people into some real protective cover that's going to last through whatever the weather has to give us and keep them warm without any trouble with hypothermia or anything of that nature.
Right. Now, with the new year coming and Occupy Global Earth, everybody's involved here. Is there, I guess you're the guy to talk to because you're involved with the integration of communications with these other groups.
Yep.
How exactly does that work? And from earlier when we spoke, you mentioned that there was communication between a lot of the groups in order to organize in certain ways.
Yep. There's a gentleman out in Vancouver and also in Toronto who's been putting together a kind of like a Google Groups sort of thing where we're all able to get in contact with each other, have contact information with each other, find out where we're located, what we're talking about, and different kind of topics we want to cover.
Okay. And now sometimes you guys converge on the same idea in order to get critical mass media attention.
Yeah.
Cool.
They're thinking about maybe putting together a homelessness day, pretty much doing our free schools, just spreading the word about homelessness and its effect on the community and on people, and doing that on a mass scale so that the media has no choice but to cover that topic.
Cool. And I guess I should make mention just quickly too that Remembrance Day is happening here on November 11th, and I understand that you've approached the city as well as the veterans to talk about maybe relocating. Well, actually, not. You are relocating
Yes.
for Remembrance Day and the services here. The way the media has kind of put a spin on it, it almost made it look like the city had to approach you and give you some form of notice of evacuation.
The city just didn't even contact us. They just gave us the request or eviction notice, as the press has put it. There was no direct communication, which was a little sad to hear on the behalf of the mayor. Although after the request was sent out, we did get the chance to meet with him, and he did, tell us, you guys got time to figure out what you're going to do, and we'll respect that as long as you show respect. So we did have a couple meetings with the mayor, and when we finally told him what we were doing, what we had decided as a community we were doing, there were no objections to it. So I think it worked out fairly well. It was kind of difficult because we did have plans that started before the eviction notice, and had to be put aside because the military can no longer work side by side with us because the mayor had turned it into a political problem. So that was kind of sad to see because we had been working on it.
Okay. Well, I know we touched on it quickly, but what is the main goal for 2012 Occupy Planet Earth? Is there a consensus, or is it still a day-by-day process?
I think it's a day-by-day process. We've seen many general statements come out of other Occupy movements about why they're there, and I think that once more and more Occupies get that general statement out there, and as they continue to start to build this networking system, I think then you'll start to see a larger global demand from one giant unity of Occupy movements. I think it's still, even with Wall Street having been gone on for almost 2 months or more now, this is still in the stage of infancy, and it has a long way to go, and I think it's going to be really great because the more time that passes, the stronger people are getting, and that's evident here in this little community, and I can only imagine in a place like Wall Street that it's only growing exponentially faster.
Yeah, it's a huge movement.
Plus the spectrum itself is so grand and so wide that it'll take time to pinpoint some of the sources of where the greed and corruption are coming from.
Right.
And once that's finally worked out and tweaked out, then it'll be able to start moving towards proper change in the proper ranks to do it.
Right. Okay. Well, that's the latest word from Occupy Nova Scotia. I'm Justin Brown reporting for Unified Field Radio and the New Guard Network. Thanks for tuning in.